Trapped in a $260,000 job. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this interesting article from news.com.au about a woman who's complaining about a job earning $260,000. Oh, sorry, poor thing. But, well, I think there's a very interesting takeaway here and a lesson for all of us. And perhaps let's just think about why our government might be encouraging us all to become house owners, indebted house owners. Just why? While I have a shot of my piping hot coffee. So let's look at this one. So why a Sydney woman can't leave her soul-destroying $260,000 a year job. A woman hates her soul-destroying corporate job, but can't afford to leave it because of her $2.3 million Sydney home and its sky-high mortgage. And this is with rates that are low right now. Okay, rates are nothing. And I know there'll be people going, oh, poor thing, poor, $260,000. I mean, you've got to understand, this is a strategy that businesses will use, particularly for their high-cost individuals that earn them a lot of money. You're getting paid $260,000. You're earning a lot of money for that business, so they want to keep you. And one way to keep you is to subtly encourage you to get into a mountain of debt. So, well, you've got to work. You can't leave, no matter how much you hate it, or else you need to sacrifice that home, that status symbol, what your whole life is built around. And it's kind of sad because none of that matters. None of that matters at all. And this poor woman, maybe she hasn't learned that, or maybe she's just starting to wake up to it. I suspect there'll be some people that this pandemic and the lockdowns, this is the first time they've ever had an opportunity to ask these sorts of questions. So let's have a look. Let's see what Sarah's written here. So Kate Thomas makes a whopping $260,000 a year, yet she likens her salary to golden handcuffs, leaving her trapped in a job that makes her miserable because she needs to pay off a mega mortgage. You don't need to do anything. You can just step away, sell the house, change the career, change the job. Might be happier. She's one of millions of Aussies in the same predicament, particularly as property prices have skyrocketed during the pandemic. New research has revealed 2/3 of Australians feel they have to choose between their dream job and being able to pay off their mortgage or buy a house. High-income earning Aussies, millennials, and New South Wales borrowers were most likely to feel compelled to stay in their current job, the research from Bluestone Home Loans found. In particular, those making the big bucks felt trapped, with 60% of people with a household income of between $100,000 and $149,000 feeling stuck in their jobs, alongside 57% of those earning more than $150,000, compared to just 42% to those making less than $50,000. I mean, here's the consideration, everyone. It's not about the money. Okay, and for me, this has just come with age, realizing that I used to be obsessed about earning the big money, making more money, wanted to grow the business, bring in the work. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's all going to go anyway. The government will take it out of you in one way or another. This article is now suggesting that they tax boomers more and millennials less. Awesome. But you know what will happen? It'll come in by the time we're the boomers. So we'll get taxed up the wazoo on the way up. And then the older we get, we'll be taxed again. They'll just bring in death taxes. So soul destroying. While Miss Thomas said she'd been searching for a new job, nothing pays nearly as well as her current marketing role. That's the problem. You're trapped. Positions she has seen would require a massive pay cut of $40,000, meaning she is stuck at her tech company employer after buying a $2.3 million 3-bedroom home in Sydney. See, this is the thing. You're trapped in it. For what? For a house. And you're probably, maybe now people are actually there at home because of the lockdown, so they get to enjoy their home. But how many people buy these houses and they're only there on the weekends? I mean, if you're in a professional job, you can work long hours being in the office until late at night. The mum in her 30s said her husband doesn't earn enough for her to take a huge hit to her salary, and it's pretty stressful to be paying off such a huge mortgage. That's the thing, guys. Yet for the last 2 years in particular, she felt her job has been soul-destroying. Not only does she feel unchallenged, but her morals and values don't align with the business's sole focus on making profits, she said. That's cute. That seems really naive for someone to be at that level earning that much in their 30s, but okay. I feel like I want to make a change and improve things for others, but working in marketing, you're selling people shit, and I'm not feeling fulfilled in that way. I feel a certain level of guilt with what I'm doing, she told news.com.au. Sounds like she's at burnout, or she's getting close to it. You know, so I honestly, I feel sorry for her. They've got to sort this out as a husband and wife team. Maybe it's time to sell. Maybe it's time to give up. But you can't do it. That's a huge jump. What would people say? What would the neighbors think? Maybe as I get older and have kids, I don't think I'm giving back to society. My morals and values have evolved with time. Yeah, you do grow up. So I'm part of a big, huge corporate behemoth, and the wheels are spinning around, and it's about being profitable. But how am I helping people and giving back to society? Well, you're not. You're in a corporate company. I mean, well, you are. You're creating jobs for your house. You're providing education for your students. All the money you spend flows through the economy. I mean, that's how you're giving back. But it sounds like she wants a bit more than that. But Miss Thomas doesn't see an end to her misery, which she says eats her up. I feel like I'm on the mouse wheel where I'm just moving, and I can't really get off, and I can't change anything, she explains. I'm miserable in my job. There's a lot of political stuff, and the company culture isn't great, and it's always about making sure the optics are right. Oh, it sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like a nightmare. She added that Australians' weird obsession with home ownership didn't help, as the couple felt pressured to get into the market a few years ago, yet she doesn't even love the house they bought. This sounds horrific. They've done everything wrong. They FOMO'd in. They were pressured in. She's got a job she hates. They probably bought too much house. They could have bought a nice, cheap little apartment somewhere that still would have been expensive and looked, wanky enough. I'm scared if we don't own a house, we would be priced out and in a worse position in the long term. So I'm hoping in the long term this pays off, but who knows? It's a weird place to be in, she admitted. I feel I need to change my mindset and need to accept it, but I feel uneasy about that. For the foreseeable future, I can't see anything changing with young kids, as we call them the money pit. What? Why are kids the money pit? Everyone says kids are so expensive. Why do I not see this? Probably because we're just so cheap and we don't spoil our kids. We've got dancing, swimming is a bit of an expense, schooling, but our school's insanely cheap. Instead, Miss Thomas fantasizes about becoming a psychologist, counselor, or teacher to help people, but said that would mean selling the house, which she said is impossible. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. You could do it. But it's a big change. And, it's sad. So this poor woman, she's going through a tough time. See, guys, here's the thing. Owning a shitload of money won't make you happy. That's a lesson to learn. It's not about having a lot of money. It's about having control over your time. That's why you see all the people, you know, the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. They won't retire early. They'll just get to a point where they have control over their time. They can work on what they want. They can work for who they want to work for. They can pick the clients they want to do. That's the difference. So poor choices for millennials and Gen Z. Yet the stress around careers and home ownership is even worse for the younger generation, the research found. More than 1 in 3 Aussies believe that pursuing their dream job will hurt their chances of buying a home, with millennials and Gen Z feeling this the most. For those borrowers not already in their dream job, 40% were planning to pursue their preferred career path within 5 years of buying their home. Yet 50% had no plans to go after their dream career. What's a dream career? James Angus, Chief Customer Officer at Bluestone Home Loans, said there's been a lot of noise about the great resignation of people reassessing their priorities in the wake of COVID-19. Yet in Australia, the number of workers resigning has fallen to an all-time low. According to ABS statistics, just 7.6% of employed Australians changed jobs in the year to February 2021, a number which has been steadily declining since the peak of 19.5% in 88-89, he noted. As home loan affordability has sharply declined over the past few years and lending restrictions have tightened, Australian borrowers have had to make difficult choices about whether to pursue their dream jobs or to buy a house. And the data is showing that many are choosing to realize their financial goal of owning their own home ahead of pursuing their career goals. But ultimately, feeling trapped in a job isn't good for individuals. It's not good for their health and innovation of the Australian economy. Innovation? Well, we don't have innovation. We have housing innovation. That's adorable. People still think we innovate. Oh, let's talk about this one. Now, as I said, this is a strategy that businesses will use. If you've got a good salesperson, you know, that's doing real well, kicking your goals, bringing your money in, you subtly encourage them to buy that nice car. You support them to take that loan, to get that debt. So they have to keep working for you, have to keep earning you that money, that revenue. Guys, that's the goal. And well, one could argue, is this happening for Australia on a national level? You know, a indebted population are generally a well-behaved population. You saw the protest numbers at Roy Morgan. The majority, an overrepresentation of the protesters were those that were doing it real tough. A lot of the people that weren't protesting. A lot of the civil servants wouldn't be. How many people are indebted? Means you're well behaved. Means you stay at the job you don't like. But sadly, this is a lesson people need to learn. It just takes time. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. Do you think 260 grand is a lot of money? Would you give it up? Have you changed careers and done your dream job? Or stuck it out to earn more cash? Or does your dream job earn you the big dollars? Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out this video I just did recently about, well, fly now, pay later. We'll do that one. Check that one out, guys. I'll see you later.